back, everybody. We're here again today in my snake room. Now today we are going to show you guys the first venomous snakes I have got in my collection, but first we're going to do a quick update on the smooth-fronted caiman. Now this is actually the first smooth-fronted caiman I bought. He's the one with the camo pattern. Now a lot of you guys actually commented down below. I said, what do you guys want to name them? Like 4 or 5 people commented the name Camo. So what we're going to do is we're going to name this little guy Camo, and this one over here, I'm going to take it up to myself and I'm going to name him Kodak. Now, we've spent a couple of days with these guys, and the behavior on him is a little bit more skittish than Camo over there to the left. Oh, he's actually pretty relaxed right now. Look at that little guy. He's so cool. But the main reason why I went back and got him is because of the size on him. He's super, super girthy, and he had amazing colors. He's got light yellows. We'll put him back before he bites my thumb. But what we did is we added some heaters into these enclosures to get the water temperature up. We threw some snake hides over here on the land, so if these guys want to stay dry and cool, they can go over here to the snake hides. If they want to bask, they can go under the light. And if they want to jump in the water, they can as well. But I noticed this little caiman over here, Mr. Camo, is actually very, very relaxed compared to Kodak over there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick this little guy up as well, and we'll see how he acts. Now, these little Crocodilians probably did have different parents. That's why this guy over there is so much more different than him. If you look at the scoots on Mr. Camo here, they're a lot sharper, and he's got that crazy dotted camo pattern. Now, the other caiman over there, he's got kind of like an alligator pattern. It's more lines. But look at that guy. So cool. We're going to drop him in there. The last thing we do need to add is some little filters, because right now when the water gets dirty, we're just sucking it up with the dry back and then we're pushing that out, but we really do need the filters. Now it's time. We are going to pull out my first venomous snake. Not my first venomous snake, but my first 2 venomous snakes. Now when I got my permit, we headed on down to Orlando. Me and Chandler met a good buddy of mine, and we got a black-tailed rattlesnake in here. Come take a look. Beautiful black-tailed rattlesnake from Mexico. We'll go ahead and pull that guy out in just a second. We've added some bark. We've got a couple fake plants we've ordered online, so we're gonna decorate some of these cages. If you look down below here, we're actually still installing some of those LED lighting fixtures in some of these cages. So we got the Arizona Blacktail Rattlesnake, and also we got an Indo-Chinese spitting cobra. Now this snake, what he's done is he's chilling up on the top lip of this cage. Now that's not good. It's actually very dangerous for us handlers like myself, because when I open this cage, I don't know where he is. And if I need to get him off the light, it's very, very hard. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start off with the Arizona Blacktail Rattlesnake. We'll get one of our keys over here, and we'll save the spitting cobra for last, you know, because he spits in your eyes. So we might want to take a shower after this. Now both of these snakes are females. Look at that. He's coming out. He thinks we got some food. Get a close shot of his face. But if you look there in the enclosure, this spitting cobra has left a little bit of venom on the glass and a couple piles of poop. So what we gotta do is we gotta take these snakes out. We have to clean their enclosures. And we also have to fix this lip on this enclosure and make sure this snake can't get back up there. What we're gonna do is open up this cage right here. Ooh, doggy, look at that. Beautiful Arizona blacktail rattlesnake. You can hear her moving that rattle. But we gotta get in here, we gotta service this cage. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna come around you here, Sebastian. Get this little guy. Whew, look at that. An absolutely beautiful rattlesnake. These guys are called blacktail rattlesnakes because the tip of their tail, right before the rattle, all of those scales are black. And that's how they get the name Blacktail Rattlesnake. Don't worry, Sebastian, I won't let him get you. So another unique trait on this snake is actually the bands on his eyes. So if you zoom into his eyes, Sebastian, you'll actually see it's kind of like a raccoon. He's got 2 bands running on either side and kind of gives him a little very venomous snake. Now actually not too many people get bitten by these guys in the wild, and compared to the Western Diamondback, the toxicity on this venom is not as deadly. That's why when you look at the venom glands on this snake, They're actually a little bit larger because their venom is not as toxic. These guys are still deadly. Now this snake right here carries a type of venom we like to call hemotoxin. So if you get bit by this snake, the hemotoxic venom is gonna work on attacking your blood cells. It's gonna affect the blood in your body. If you guys hear the snake rattling that rattle, it's actually made from keratin. So the same thing as your fingernails is the same thing a rattlesnake's rattle is made of. Now if you look, she's probably got about 8 or 9 little buttons. Now every time a rattlesnake sheds its skin, it'll add one more button to the tip of its tail. Now a lot of people say you can tell how many years old a rattlesnake is by the size of the rattle. Now that is actually not true, because at any given time, a rattlesnake's rattle can actually break off. If you look at the colors, this particular one is very, very beautiful. She's got those high yellows, but these guys can come from a dark green to a light brown and a beigeish color. But this right here is an absolutely perfect first snake for me to own. A beautiful, beautiful blacktail rattlesnake. Now, unlike the spitting cobra, this snake right here will actually lay live birth. So this snake right here does not lay eggs. It actually lays live rattlesnakes. So there could be anywhere from 10 to 15 rattlesnakes that a big female can lay at any given time. All right, now this rattlesnake's enclosure is fairly clean. So all we did was change the water. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna plop him back in his cage. Look at that, guys. Beautiful black-tailed rattlesnake. Now when you're tailing a rattlesnake like this, you have to be very careful not to grab the tip of the rattle, because you'll break it right off. That's why you see my hand past the rattle, so that way we're not gonna hurt her or break off her rattle in any way. Ooh, doggy. Did it get hot in here, boy? All right, so what we're gonna do is I can see that tail of that spitting cobra. So Sebastian, I need you to put on a pair of these.
Oh, thanks, brother.
This thing will spit in your eyes, okay? So when you're working with spitting cobras, you wanna make sure you have eye protection. Now, if this venom gets on your skin, nothing's really gonna happen, but if it gets in your eyes, it can lead you a temporary blindness or even permanent blindness. So we gotta be very, very careful. Now, another thing with these cobras is if you have an open wound, if you have a scab that ripped open or blood on your body and this snake spits on it, you could be envenomated. All right, Mike. Shaking like a leaf. All right, this snake right here is a very, very dangerous snake. Now, this snake could leave you paralyzed, or you could die from asphyxiation in as little as 1 hour. Let's assess the situation. All right. This is a very, very dangerous situation right here. Now, this is what we don't want. This is why when we pull this snake out, the first thing we're gonna do is seal up that gap. Look at that. Woo-hoo, beautiful Indo-Chinese spitting cobra. Now, she's very, very defensive right now, and I can almost guarantee she's gonna start spitting. Now, these snakes, they're kind of like a monocled cobra. They'll actually huff and they'll puff and they'll hiss at you, kind of like a bull. Ooh, look at that snake. Now, like I said, we have to refoam the inside of this. There we go. We got this cobra off of that lip. My goggles are fogging up, but that's okay. We don't want to take our eyes off this snake. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw her in one of these bins, clean her enclosure, refoam it, and then we'll put her right back. So Sebastian, open up this one right here, and that's the bin we'll put her in. Whew. All right, Mike. This right here is an amazing snake. It's not just one of my first venomous snakes. It's one of my favorite venomous snakes. Now, we don't want her to spit, so we're just gonna be as gentle as we possibly can. We're gonna grab this hook. You can see these cobras, they're not a very, very thick cobra. They're a small, skinny, wily little cobra. Woohoo! Look at this snake. Now, a lot of people, when they look at this snake for the first time, you think, wow, is this a piebald? Is this a morph? But no, this is actually a naturally occurring morph in the wild. Now, this cobra right here is native to Southeast Asia. So Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, those are the kind of places you're gonna find this snake. Now, the colors of these snakes ranges a lot. Just like the blacktail rattlesnake we pulled out, this snake can come in brown, it can come in tan, or it can come in this gorgeous black and white color. But this snake right here is a lot more deadlier than the blacktail rattlesnake we just pulled out. This snake right here has a neurotoxic venom that will attack your central nervous system, and a cytotoxic venom as well, which actually affects the cells in your body. So this is a snake you do not want to get bit by. You will die from paralyzation or asphyxiation in as little as 1 hour. These snakes are largely related to the monocle cobra, and they actually have, when they hood up, a little monocle on the back of their head. Beautiful, beautiful snake. Now, unlike that rattlesnake, this cobra right here lays eggs. So when a large female lays some eggs, she'll lay anywhere from 15 to 20 eggs, and these guys will hatch about 55, 60 days later. Look at this snake. He's super, super curious. Not really hooding up too much, but when it comes to a spitting cobra, you'd rather have a relaxed snake like this than one that hoods up and spits in your eyes. So this right now is a very, very good scenario. All right, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna pick her up real quick, and we're gonna toss her in this bin, and we're gonna clean her cage as fast as we can. Put her right in this bin. Close that up. Whew! That's all she wrote. Have a look at this beautiful female blacktail rattlesnake, Sebastian. Now, just like the Cayman, if you guys have a very, very good name, comment down below, and we'll name another one of my animals after a name you guys pick. All right, so we're gonna take this other glass off. We're gonna remove some of this poo. We'll put it right in here. Barehanded, let's go. Now, this is very, very important. The sprinkle technique. Sebastian, get in here. If you got some saucy stuff like this, you do a little sprinkle, then you pick it up, and that's how you don't get dirty, okay, boys and girls? Now there's a couple other spots. Got to spot up in the corner already. Cobras poop a lot. Like this is not fun, honestly.
Yeah, that's gross.
One last landmine in the back.
Damn.
Put a lid on that sucker. Oof. For $5, we'll ship this cobra poop right to your house. All right, so now for my favorite part, we're actually going to decorate this cage. Now, we ordered some of these plants online. We're going to bend them out just a little bit. I say we use some of these red ones. These ones look beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to plop one right back in here. Swap another one right back in here. Then we'll throw a couple of these guys right here. Just like that, Mike.
Just like India.
Just like India. Cambodia, same plant. Okay, so we got a little bit of plants up in this cage. I'm going to go buy another log like that. Stick it in the middle. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to eliminate the most threatening concern we have right now, which is this top lip of this vision cage. So on top of these vision cages, there's a whole lip that you can hang on to and where snakes can actually hang out and hide. But when it comes to venomous snakes, that's very, very bad. You want to see where the snake is at all times. So what we're going to do, we're going to hook up this little foam connector, and we're just going to foam that inside lip so that way he can't be able to hang up here anymore. We're just going to give this cobra a little bit of water until that foam dries in his enclosure, which is going to be about 24 hours. Then we'll show you guys when we put him back. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, it's been about 24 hours since we've applied this foam to this lip underneath. It's nice and filled up, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull this black and white spitter out using goggles as protection. We're just gonna put him right back inside his enclosure. We put all these plants inside his enclosure. Now he's got a good place to hide. Changed his water, changed his bedding. You can hear him hissing like a monocle cobra. Just gonna put this guy right in there. All right, y'all, spitting cobra is in the cage. If you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget, subscribe to Stone's World.